Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Mai haere mai everyone, kia ora koutou. Thank you so much for joining us here on Radioactive.fm. We've just had the Friday Flow with Fin Delay. And now we are joined in the Active Live room today by the wonderful one and only Kelly Sherrod, aka Proteins of Magic. Kia ora, Kelly.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, it's going so well. It's even better now that you're here. How are you doing?
Good. I'm acclimatizing to Wellington, and it's lovely down here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say I'm sorry we haven't brought the weather out for you, but this is about as good as it gets.
I like
generally.
the rain. This is awesome. My favorite.
I'm glad to hear that. And hey, congratulations, huge congratulations on releasing your new single, Lethal.
Oh, yeah, out today. That's awesome.
Out today. So exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. It's been a long time in the making.
I can imagine. I actually wanted to talk a bit about that. Can you tell us how the single came to be?
Yeah, it was. I was just sitting down with looking at a painting of a Pegasus that I had done, and just started writing it, and it's been a 9-month journey really. I kind of had the vague structure of it and some lyrics, but this one took a while to figure out. Yeah.
Amazing. Gosh, and all inspired by a Pegasus painting? That is so cool.
That was the genesis anyway, yeah.
Amazing. So you're obviously a multifaceted creative then if you're painting as well. Do you often find yourself pursuing like multitudes of art?
Yeah, I find even just more and more as time goes on that I like to incorporate the visual element as much as possible with my music. And usually the music comes first, and then I'll make an animation to go with it. And where I can, I like to have visuals live. Yeah.
That explains a lot about your beautiful imagery in your music videos as well.
Oh, right.
And I wanted to say congratulations on releasing the Lethal music video because it is just stunning.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's very affecting, particularly like the strong... I don't know what you even call it, but just the stance you take and you on either side and the constant mirroring is it's very effective.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that video just came together. It was sort of like a magic moment. I was driving around Nashville, running around on the day of shooting, trying to grab things that we needed on a very, very hot summer's day. And we didn't have much to work with, limited budget, but it was just one of those magical things that I think serves the song really well and has a cool vibe, yeah.
Yeah, cool vibe is exactly the phrase for it. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely awesome. So you filmed that one in Nashville?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're obviously here now in Aotearoa. Lovely to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I can imagine. So you're going between Nashville and Aotearoa at the moment, right?
Yes, I am. I split my time between both places, yeah.
Gosh, that must be interesting. Do you find that the spaces you're in affects your creativity? Like, do you find that they influence it?
It's a good question. I think I live in the woods in Nashville when I'm there, and I think that allows me a lot of mental space and peace to sit and create. But, the way things go, if a song is kind of coming to me, it doesn't really matter where I am, if I'm in a hotel room or just in a practice room or, yeah. So for me, not so much, but yeah.
It sounds like you find music to be a particularly cathartic process then, or art creation to be a particularly cathartic process for you.
Yeah, it's almost like a compulsion, really. I have no control over it.
Just so creative, you have to. It spills out of you. It's so beautiful. Hey, should we have a song?
Sure.
I would love that. What are we playing first?
I'll play a song called Cake, which actually is inspired by my surroundings. The neighbour next door in Nashville bought about 100 acres, and they told me that they were just cutting down a few trees, but actually it was many trees, and it was just noticing the destruction after that with the displaced animals and all the things that come along with when that happens, and it was a pretty intense sort of sad experience, and they burn the wood as well for quite a long time afterwards, like for days and days. It's a slow burn, so it's this constant kind of sadness that overwhelms the air.
God, what a horrible and visceral thing to witness, especially so close to your home.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, I can imagine why. I can see why that would be an inspiring thing to see. If
Right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one's called Cake.
Excited to hear it.
Rattlesnakes hang in the breeze, 'cause they're clear cutting down to the knees. Salt lick wet from the door, teased with love, then hunted by the bone. They will beg for forgiveness. I will have my revenge. They will beg for forgiveness. I will have my revenge. Can I get a rum-pa-pa-pum? Can I get a rum-pa-pa-pum? Can I get a Save my life, I will always love you. Save my life, I will always love you. Save my life, I will always love you. Save my life, I will always love you.
Oh, what a powerful ending to a gorgeous track. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
That was absolutely stunning. I definitely feel that that visceral quality, that sadness that you were speaking about in that song.
Right.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So, as we mentioned, you're normally based in Nashville, and we're lucky enough to have you in Aotearoa now. How long are you here for? How long do we have you here for?
It's a little open. Stand by. It's a little open-ended at the moment, but I'll be here till the Others Way Festival. I've got a EP to record, so I've got a great studio in Nashville to do that in. So I'll head back there soon to get that done.
Wonderful. Yes, I was going to say, because I know that you are recording an EP over there. How has that been going? Can you tell us a bit about how that process has been?
It's been good. I am writing a lot, and so I'm just kind of honing in what songs are going to be on the EP still. Still hunting and gathering a little bit there.
I love that. That suits the
positive.
forest, I was going to say.
Yeah, it's going in a good direction though.
I'm glad to hear that. How do you choose? Because I can imagine you have such a catalogue of songs you've sort of written or been working on. How do you decide what goes where?
I think that you just know, what's gonna work and what feels good. I just go with what feels good and what I'm feeling happy about. Yeah, what I'm inspired by. Because once you start working on a song, you may well be working on that song for a long time. So yeah, just go with what feels good.
That's a very good point, that you will be working on it for longer than you think. And once
Yeah.
you're done with it, I'm sure you have to play it quite
yes,
often.
yes,
As well.
good point.
So it
Very
just
true.
keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And speaking of playing, like, what is, in your opinion, the biggest difference between performing here in Aotearoa and performing over in the States?
Ooh. Well, since I got back just over a month ago, I kind of went straight into the dimmer tour. And so that was playing massive, theatres with a huge screen. And in Nashville, it's more dive bars. But,
Very different, I can imagine. Very
Yeah.
different places.
yeah. But, I think humans are human and the audiences are generally, it's people are people and some people like it, some people dig it, some people don't, and that's cool.
Amazing. Yeah, that's cool to hear that even though you can cross countries, the impact of your music can still stay the same or similar with your audience.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's right.
Oh, very cool to hear. And speaking of the dimmer tour, that
Mhm.
sounded absolutely amazing. Can you tell us a bit about how you came to be involved with that?
Yeah. Well, I used to play in dimmer. Maybe that had something to do with it.
I was going to say probably.
just for 2 years. It felt like 10 though, in a good way.
Amazing.
And so yeah, I do know Shane, and it was a good fit though, and it was like, yeah, probably one of the best times of my life. It was just like an incredible to be around friends again, because I do have friends in Nashville, but I haven't been with my Kiwi friends for a long time, and so just reconnecting with everyone and getting to share a stage with them, it's just something else. It's really special. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. And I can imagine, coming back into New Zealand and into Aotearoa and talking and seeing the people that you love in this industry.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
very tight-knit, isn't it, over here?
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's cool.
Do you find the same thing, like in Nashville, overseas? Is there kind of that same community spirit that you find in Aotearoa?
I would say there is, just maybe smaller pockets of it. I've kind of been accepted into like the underground electronic music scene over there, and there's a big community, but still I would say actually smaller than New Zealand, where there's kind of one big music scene. It's not so much that, it's just like the genres kind of stick together a little bit, But yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, I suppose, especially in a place like Nashville, which is known for, the country music, right?
music,
Like,
yeah.
That I can imagine that the electronic folk stay together.
Yeah, yes. And, there are fewer venues for us to play at, but it is growing, so, yeah.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah.
I am very glad to hear that. Speaking of small venues and electronic music and communities like that, you're playing at Pyramid Club.
Yes, tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
going to be so exciting, with Class War on the dance floor and Helene.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm hoping for redemption, actually, because the last time I played there, I didn't think was too fabulous. So I think tonight's going to be good.
You sound like the kind of person who's your own perfectionist, though, if you know what I mean, with your own performance.
It was dodgy last time.
Oh, fair
It was.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm sure it's going to be amazing tonight, and I'm excited to chat more with you about it. But should we have a song first?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. What have we got up next?
What will I play? If it's cool, I might play like a brand new one. If
That
it's
is
okay.
so cool.
So I'm still fleshing this out, but I thought it would be cool to play today.
Oh, thank you. Oh, we're so excited. Oh, my God.
It's called The Hammer.
Thank you. That's so exciting. I love the transitions between instruments. There's so many here to choose from. We have your beautiful loop pedal, we have your beautiful bass guitar, we have your beautiful loop station actually, and a beautiful flute. I don't know if the audience can see that, but there's a flute here, team.
Make sure I use that today.
It's so exciting. Just the fact you brought it along is getting me.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
It looks really cool, yeah. It's a good prop.
We do not speak of it at all. You lay eyes on me through the jungle. When it came time to see you, I was not afraid at all. You're a crocodile with a handful of babes. Does your body sludge with your age? The door opens, a beam of light stretches out to pull me in. You are somebody else, I am no one at all. How many times till you fall? An angel and I'm waiting in the Mississippi. Do you sink or do you swim? Piano key hits its hammer on the string. The move it makes is one that cannot be forgiven. The piano key hits its hammer on the string. We build castles and the tide comes crashing in. Would you hold me? 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 Would you hold
That was such a stopper track. Gosh, that was cool.
Thank you.
I really liked the way that you the piano really punctuates the track,
Right.
which
cool.
I think is really cool with the lyrics, you know.
Yeah,
It's
cool. Yeah.
absolutely
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And thank you for sharing that one with us too. That was Hammer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
The hammer.
Is
yeah.
that one going to be on the new album?
I think
EP
so.
album?
Yeah. I think so.
Ooh, that's so exciting. So, speaking of the EP, I'm assuming that your latest single, Lethal, is going to be on that as well?
Probably not.
Okay,
It's
cool.
going to be a standalone thing, that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome to hear. Because I wanted to ask, because I really liked the way you described that track, a meditation on the feeling of being empowered even in the face of negative forces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really beautiful description. Can you explain what you mean by that and how you think the song embodies it?
Yes.
You can take your time, I promise.
I think, it's the song is a prism, and everyone experiences the daily roller coaster of feelings, and it's sort of about fighting back against the negative feelings, you know. Yeah.
Really poignant for the times as
Yeah,
well.
that's right. Yeah.
Beautiful. And now I know you co-wrote the single with Matthew Sherrod.
Yes.
What is that co-writing experience like for you?
Oh, it is fruitful, difficult, dark, and life-giving at the same time.
Gosh, that's a beautiful juxtaposition there. I love it.
It's kind of like the song.
Beautiful. It echoes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Well, that's exciting. So it's a standalone single. Have you had many other, apart from Hammer, have you had any other kind of fleshed out songs come through from the EP yet?
Yeah. There are a couple, and I'll be playing them tonight. There is one that I might re-record called Bad Boy, and this actually came out of a live improv session, and I try and emulate that live. But yeah, it was just kind of a cool thing that happened, and I might try and re-record it that same way. Yeah.
Amazing. Is that a common thing for you, an improvised session?
No. I was just kind of getting into it. I had been going out to see improv musicians in Nashville. I found it really inspiring and a different kind of way to work. So yeah, I've been checking it out. Yeah.
That's such an interesting concept because we don't have a huge amount of improv music as a sort of scene here
Right,
in
yeah.
Aotearoa.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit for our listeners as to what that scene looks like over there?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's all part of the electronic scene there, the one that I know about anyway. And there's some amazing musicians. There's a person called Abstract Black, and he was actually the first one that I saw, and I actually played a gig with. I was lucky enough to play a gig with him, and he does improv flute and saxophone, and I find it really moving. And just an excellent way to experience live music.
God, improv flute and sax. Gosh, everyone is playing the flute over there. It seems
Yeah.
like the place to be for the flute, eh?
The flute always comes up in a joke for some reason. It's funny.
Oh, I love that. God, I've got to say, it added so much to that track as well. Like it really,
That's cool.
kind of gives me like old school rap vibes almost
Oh,
in
cool.
that sense, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, awesome.
kind of that instrumentation. Very, very cool.
Cool.
Hey, changing tact slightly now. I know we have in the previous years played your first band Punches before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, throwback times. Can you tell us a bit about that project and whether it influences anything you're doing these days?
I think that does it influence anything? I think I've we all grow from somewhere, and I definitely grew from that. I was actually revisiting some of those Punches tracks the other night with James, who was in the band with me and was playing bass with Dimmer for the Dimmer tour.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And, it was an amazing time with a beautiful friendship, and I think that chemistry, lent itself to a lot of the creation of the songs. And I'm not sure if James would agree or not, but, it was a beautiful time for me. And yeah, it's embarrassing listening to some of those songs. there's some cool ones though. I just think about my lyrics and stuff, but yeah.
I understand that. It's funny, I was talking to a musician the other day actually who was talking about how it's good to be embarrassed by the stuff you've made previously because it means you're progressing as an artist.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite a cool way to take that.
Yeah. There is something really pure about the Punches stuff. It's very sweet, and it's on the sleeve, stuff. And it's the production of it though, and James's style of production, I think was really unique and original to him. So I always thought that was really cool.
Amazing. Oh, that is very, very cool, and cool to hear about it as well. Now, I wanted to ask a little bit about the looping medium, as we've been talking about improvisational music, and you have the most amazing loop station in front of you right there.
I've only just started learning about what it's capable of.
That's
so hopefully
so
next time I come back it'll be more involved. But yeah, I just, what's cool about it is that it quantizes, so I can set the tempo, and then it will generally, if I get it in the ballpark, it will sync up with my keyboard samples. So that's
so
very cool
handy.
because I didn't used to have a looper like that, so it's nice. That's that, and I think the quality of the vocal looping is much nicer than the Boss one was. Yeah.
I can
I'm allowed
imagine.
to say that. It's
No,
the truth.
That's the truth. It's the truth, you know? Yeah, exactly. And I really admire your use of it as well. I think using it for, I noticed you've used it for a whole bunch of different instruments throughout this session. Like, it's very cool to hear the diversity that you can bring to your music with a loop station as
Right,
well.
yeah. No, that's right. And it has effects on it too, so vocal effects. And, yeah, you can do guitar effects as well. I'm just learning about it. Yeah, it's cool.
Ah, that is so cool. Now, I'm changing tact so often at the moment because I want to get through all these cool questions I have to ask you. I have so
Yeah,
many
no
questions
worries.
for you. But I wanted to say huge congratulations on being a finalist for the Tate Music Prize this year.
Oh, right, yeah.
Absolutely incredible for your first album. Can you tell us about what that experience was like? I can imagine surreal.
Yeah, it was surreal. And, it was awesome to be nominated with Adelaide and Jasmine. Yeah, it's nice to get recognition for your work. Yeah.
Awesome. Ah, that is so cool. And definitely deserved as well. All three
Oh,
albums
thank
were
you.
just absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Now, you've been involved in many musical projects throughout Aotearoa. You've been very influential in the scene, at least in my own opinion. What advice do you have for budding musicians who are looking to get their own Tate nomination moment?
Oh, I just do what comes natural, and I think everyone else should too, and just trust in that and believe in that, and you can't go wrong.
Beautiful. That is such a beautiful, succinct wee message for the up-and-comers. Now, can we have a final song for the day before we continue?
Yeah. We can have a fine. I'm just trying to choose here. I'm going to do a song called The Future, which it's new and I'm fleshing it out. Probably, something might change with it, but I'll present it in its raw state.
Gosh, we're getting some cool wee exclusives today. Hey, thanks for that.
Not much flute though, sadly.
That's all right. We got our flute fixed before. I think we'll
Okay.
survive. That was such a cool track. Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's been so lovely having you here. Now, all of you listening, you can catch Kelly as Proteins of Magic playing at Pyramid Club tonight with Class War on the dance
Yes,
floor. And
It'll be awesome
Helene.
night.
Oh my God, yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Tickets are available at Under the Radar. They're $15. Please go and grab some because getting quick after this. People
Cool.
are going to be chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, and a big thank you going out to NZOnAirMusic as well for helping us out with this segment every single week. And again, Kelly, been so lovely having you in.
Thank you.
Thanks
again.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.